Good afternoon, Fargo. My name is Tony Gehrig, Fargo City Commissioner, and this is your August 1st City Commission meeting recap. As some of you may know, usually I will type out my comments and post them online to Facebook and to the Fargo webpage under Tony Gehrig, City Commissioner. But I thought I'd try something different and do a video. So if you like it, I'll continue doing it, and hopefully it gets more voters and Fargo residents involved in what's happening here in your community. So moving forward with the recap for August 1st. I usually like to cover the big issues. I don't cover the entire meeting, that would take too long, and I'll keep this video short, so I'll cover about 4 or 5 issues for each meeting, usually big ticket or big money issues. So number 1 is a $100 million loan for Fargo's flood protection. And this is a 1% loan from Wells Fargo. It can be used for intercity flood protection or the diversion. It is a short-term loan and it's in place until we can find long-term funding, which you'll all be voting on this coming November. So it was a 5-0 vote, which of course means that I voted for it. And for those reasons stated, that we do need funding to move forward until we can find permanent means. The second issue was a pilot program for Devron, which is a biotech company here in the city of Fargo. For most of you, you know that a pilot means that you just don't pay taxes for about 10, 15 years in some cases, or even longer. I generally vote no on pilot programs because it moves the burden from whomever is supposed to pay the taxes to the rest of the community, meaning when Devron or another company doesn't pay their taxes and we vote that way, everyone else in the community sees an increase in their property taxes. And due to these programs like pilots, Renaissance Zone, and TIFs, my tax bill, for example, in the city of Fargo is $500 higher than it otherwise would be, which is about 7% of my total bill. It's about 17% of your total bill, property tax bill, it comes from the city of Fargo. 7% is just incentives of the total bill. So that's a big deal. It means a lot of money for a lot of people. So Devron bought a location on 40th Avenue South. It's about twice as big as they need it to be for future growth, which is one more reason why I voted against it. We're not here to fund your future growth as a local government. I believe in the free market. And if it's the best move for you and you're going to make more money doing it, go ahead and do it. But it should not be incumbent on the taxpayers to pay for their future growth or any other company. And that was I believe that was a 4-1 vote. Next was the public art came up again. And every year, as you know, part of your property tax bill, your taxes, goes to funding publicly funded art. Now, I support public art. But I don't support publicly funded art, and they're two distinct and different things. I will attach an op-ed that I wrote about this issue, so more of you can see where I'm coming from. But again, I voted against it for those reasons. The last thing was the election task force, and Tony Grimberg, who won the election, obviously, brought that up during his run. And I made a motion months back to go ahead and let's study it. Let's talk about if we need term limits. Let's talk about if the mayor needs to be full-time. Let's talk about the makeup of the commission. Is 5 enough? Should we go to a ward system, or should we have at-large elections? And of course, should we talk about going back to the runoff system? I'm fully open to talking about these issues. We all had an opportunity to, as commissioners, we added who we wanted to see on that board. And we'll also have local college professors from political science backgrounds in the room to help us delve into the subject as well. So those are the main issues we talked about at the August 1st meeting. I hope you enjoyed learning more about what your local government is doing. And if you like it, go ahead and share it. I'll continue to do the videos. Thank you, Fargo.